still just one wicket in the PSL. He had a terrific PSL too. He was a star boy there, but really struggled. That one wicket was courtesy of brilliant catch from Asif Ali.
Catch it! Catch it! Catch it!
And out there takes the catch.
So that's his second wicket. He takes the wicket and boy is he happy. Agha Salman trying to knock this over mid-wicket, the slog sweep, but picked out. Saib Zada Farhan, who just clings on to it. Shadab Khan, yeah, relieved. Just his second wicket, but a good one. Breaks the partnership. Out for 8, Agha Salman, 101 for 2.
Hello. Salman. And he hit those along the ground and just steady yourself and get in before you tee off.
Into the 12th over, and Islamabad are deploying a slip. Asif Ali is in there at slip for Shadab Khan.
Yeah, just on Ramdin coming in. You talked about the balance of the side, the balance of overseas players. You can't have two Kiwis out there straight away.
Why not? Left and right hand combo. Marvellous. Doesn't bowl, it's 103 for 2.
Actual, isn't it? That's a heck of a haircut. That's a good haircut there. Head and shoulders haircut. Steve Finn. Oh, he would have got. He would have been absolutely gone.
Yeah, would have been deficit too. Shadab Khan so quickly in. He had all the time in the world, but just missed the stumps. Nowhere in the frame deficit, and would have been a big wicket and would have just sent jitters down Lahore Qalandar, because they're prone to one or two of those domino effects.
Slower ball, but delivered on a short length from Steve Finn.
Yeah, it's a funny old game when you miss a couple of games, Stephen Finn has, and you're subtly out of sync. You're just missing your lengths and you're not quite as confident as executing, as opposed to these guys executing the selfies. But Stephen Finn got a 3 for in Sharjah, but he then missed out and playing the next game. You really want to keep playing as a bowler, particularly when you're getting people out. There's the radar happening. Yeah, and he's hardly followed through there at all, Stephen Finn. Frustrated with himself. And again, the left-hand, right-hand combo just stuffs up the bowlers somewhat in terms of their lines. Social media, Alan Wilkins is the king of this. He's all over it.
I think you've got the wrong man there, Danny. Bazid Khan is your man. It's good bowling this from Steve Finn. He hasn't given Ramdin much to deal with. Ramdin's just allowed the ball to hit the top of the bat on the big man.
He's such a confidence bowler and a rhythm bowler. He's gone through, well, he had the hips in Australia as well, so he needs games under his belt, and once he gets those 3 wickets in Sharjah, he needed to play more. Even used to hit the stumps a lot, and back leg would just clip the stumps, and now that's a no ball, so the bowlers union won't be happy with him.
Yeah, all he had to do was just come that little bit wider, and it sounds easy to say, but when you've done it for so many years and you're in a groove and you like to get in close, stump to stump, wicket to wicket, as Stephen Finn, because he's 6'7" or 8, problem was is they slightly collapse in that knee, that back leg landing, the knee would jut out, collapse and knock over the stumps at the bowler's end. But he has fixed it.
See how he makes a lot of room for himself, Anton Devcic, and that indicates how much confidence is very much with him in this innings here. 56 from 34.
Yeah, just that little bit wider now in terms of his approach. And watch the back leg, the right leg. Geez, there it collapsed there. That used to knock the stumps over regularly. And that was the frustration, because then they've turned it into a no ball, because it was so frustrating for the batting side. Really did put the striker off.
"13 overs gone, it's 109 for 2. Time now then for the Gorutlo strategic timeout. Misbah-ul-Haq, Dinesh Ramdin, 4 from 7. It's just begun his innings. Devcic still there, 56 from 34. And Brendan McCullum still to come. So the platform is a good one here for the Lahore Qalandars. Could be a couple here. No.
Interestingly, Devcic, Narayan, McCullum, Omar Akmal not playing today, Ramdin, they all played for Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean CPL 2016, so they'll know each other well.
Well, it's just a real study of the way that Devcic has been playing here. Watch how he clears that left leg, and he gets into such a good position to clear the left leg, gives his arms all the room he wants to play leg side. And of course you saw him coming down the pitch hitting it, the right leg I should say, his front leg, so he gives his arms room to play the shot.
The other thing about it is he is a spinner, so he knows what's coming in a way, and he's so good at sort of almost judging, preempting. Sun is out, it's warm, it can obviously get you down a bit, can't it? Hot weather here, starting to. Oh! The heave. Nelson is up for 2 off 14.
Should be looking to go over mid-wicket or square leg. This is the pressure that's built on. The partnership's 20 off 29 at that stage when you're looking to accelerate. 8 wickets in hand.
Well, it's uncharted territory, Flem, that's the thing. Normally they've been scrambling to try and find a total at this point, but they've got a launching pad. It's almost like they don't know what to do. Well, they know in theory what to do, but the moment Ramdin's costing such a flow, and it's putting pressure on Devcic.
Yeah, from problem of scarcity to problem of plenty.
Yeah, well, there's the wicket. It's probably not a bad thing. I know that doesn't sound right, a batsman getting out, but it's probably a good thing for Lahore. And he just had to go, swing hard. If he got out like that, so be it.
I think it's a very good result for Qalandars, because he's going nowhere with this batting display. Good hit of 4, just didn't look happy out there. But who picked him to bat at 4? I think that's a valid question. 9 from 20.
There was that one innings where he's trying to guide his team home and play a different innings that has cost him strike rate wise. That was off the inside thigh onto the stumps. But at least it gives McCullum a chance, along with Devcic, to finish strongly, get a handsome total. That's the position they're in. Can they finish it off?
It's going straight away. It would have made a case for Dinesh Ramdin to bat at 4 if wickets were falling, so there was somebody there to just rotate the strike, take those singles, not take risks. But when you've been given such a rollicking start, why would you not want to send a Sunil Narayan or a Brendan McCullum to follow up on that great platform?
Well, that's gone high, and they're running back, taken. It's a really good take. So that's Sammy. He had a lot of work to do to nestle under that, but he did all the hard work. Secure, and another wicket goes down.
I think it's probably tiring a little, and just didn't get around this one. The bouncer doing a very, very good job for Fahim Ashraf, and a good catch by the 37, what is it, 38 now, Mohammad Sami. Anticipated it well.
Ryan, we know the power play he can bring into the game. He is a power hitter. He's a very aggressive player, doesn't always play the right shot to the right ball, but if he gets going, he can be a destroyer. And another single there to McCullum. So Narayan, if he can get himself going and understand the length that he hits the best, not just keep swiping, but he's got his particular big shots that are in control, and then there are those that he just takes on that aren't there. Another look at this really good catch.
Yeah, the sun would have been in his eye as well, and not easy to take off for a skier from shadow light to sunlight, and so it's a very good catch, running backwards and taking it quite comfortably in the end.
Fahim Ashraf's had a really good series, hasn't he? Getting wickets, best of a 3 for. He's also scored a 54 not out, a couple of wickets in this over. Economy rate are good in this game again. He's a fine all-round player. Narayan, well, he's basically a slogger, so he will get his front leg out of the way and he'll use a lot of bottom hand. See as Fahim's up to the challenge.
Yeah, and he likes that fuller length. He'll go over cover. It's the shorter length where he can get caught a bit short and sky the ball. It's 123.
The last 6 overs, 22 runs, lads. And that is where they've gone horribly wrong.
That you normally put that down to when you're losing wickets, but they weren't losing wickets either. 2 power hitters out there though. Can Bazza get going? Nope. Well bowled. Stump to stump, but no, it hasn't been pretty. They're on the bottom of the table, and this sort of stat doesn't help them. The closing overs, 16 to 20. The run rate, 3.39 per wicket, and just a lack of boundaries. Just when you're looking to accelerate, aren't you, trying to go 10, 12 and over? They've been nowhere.
It's a good flick, and it just evades the man in the deep. Saw him get out in the super over. More of a horizontal bat shot that night. That's a flick, and it was Finn trying desperately to hang on to it, but a good stroke.
Yeah, he's a natural striker, a very instinctive player. Sees the ball, hits it. Would have been a fantastic catch. We've seen some breathtaking efforts from the fielders, so he had maybe got close to the ball. Would have been a stunner.
First boundary after 9 overs. You believe that? Down he comes. He loves that swipe down the ground. There we go. That's what McCullum can do. He loves to advance to hit down the ground.
It's the avenue of annihilation when Brendan McCullum gets going. And he's finally got out there, advancing. He does this a lot to the quick bowlers. It's just a swat. And such is his power, he's able to get a maximum.
Yeah, he was out of position, but still had the power really to create that magical McCullum. Oh, it's a bit of helter-skelter in the field. Third man has come into the ring. Oh, they've covered the leg side bases. There's a long on mid-wicket.
Yeah, he'll keep fancying himself down the ground. There he gets the flick away too. More work for Finn. Oh, good effort, big fella. He got beaten on the left and he just saves it on the right. McCullum comes back for 2.
Gee, that's awesome work from the big English fast bowler. And he's having a smile. He's getting a high five as well. Not sure if he's going to rock one of those wigs. But you just see he gets there. But what I also like, boys, Miss Barr doesn't like the half volley down the leg side. Even when he taps it, he quickly gets it into his throwing arm. Doesn't let it roll away too much.
And it's the right way to slide also. We've seen some outfielders sort of hitting the turf hard and injuring themselves, or there's always a scare of being injured. But he landed softly on the ground and slided across and recovered beautifully. I don't think they're going to feed him with half volleys. So they're trying to set a plan for the bouncer, I think, or the short ball. Because every time the ball is pitched up in his zone, he's whacked it for 4 or a 6. He's that good with that length.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He wants that length, doesn't he? Well, most batsmen do when they're playing the bigger shots at the end. It's 1-3, 2 overs. There's that length. That's what he sweats on. 1 bounce 4. Very good down the ground.
Great swing of the bat. Sparing the front leg. And a back foot straight drive. Different range this time. He likes it. He likes hitting the ball over cover at times of point, but this was straight and sweet.
Didn't know a lot about Narayan's batting until he opened the batting for the Melbourne Renegades. Last summer, the summer before, and got runs opening up, and it seems to have given him a lot of confidence. And geez, it's made him such a handy player, hasn't it? Besides his bowling, the mystery spinner, probably as good a spinner going around T20 cricket in the world. But it's this bonus, this power hitting's such a bonus for his teams.
Yeah, change of angle, good ball. And it's the Yorker, always hard to get away. Now this is the highest score for Lahore in PSL this year, so they're reaching new ground. We're seeing a few teams start to hit new ground in the second half of these round fixtures.
Yeah, corresponding with a bit of that green grass going off the pitch here at Dubai. Not a raging turner either, it just looks pretty good, particularly stump to stump. Ball seems to be still coming on. The quicks can bowl bounces. So it's just more batting friendly conditions.
Yeah, they need 160 plus though, Flem, don't you think? 150 is that down to the wire run chase, or could be an easy run chase if you are able to keep pacing throughout. Oh, good shot. Brendan McCullum. He's had a hard tournament, hasn't he, as captain? So many disappointments, close games but losses, and he's finishing strongly.
Incredible footwork. 1, 2, 3. And making room and hitting it straight. That is some cricket shot for you.
Oh, he's just the ultimate entertainer. Brendan McCullum, 88 metres. He's flying. He's 21 off 8 deliveries. You hope it's not too late, but this will be a good... Look at this side on. Balanced. So balanced, isn't he? The bottom half, able to generate some power through the ball. Fine batting.
Is there an inspirational drone up there? It's actually called the Inspire. It's giving us perfect view. There's the Yorker again. So the one that McCullum got down the ground, I'm sure he was trying to bowl the Yorker and just shortened it up too much. That's the trapping of it.
Wonderful execution, isn't it? There's no more pressure going around the T20 leagues than bowling to a fired-up Brendan McCullum. And for him, talking about what a wonderful tournament he's had with bat and ball, was able to execute that Yorker under pressure.
Still is a potent force, this Yorker. Different angle round the stumps to the left-hander.
Oh, bowls him. Terrific Yorker. That's what we're talking about. Get it wrong and you might be going down the ground for 6. It's perfect though.
Wonderful bowling. I was wondering whether he could do it to the left-hander, but that's great skills to do it right and left-hander. But if you bowl that type of delivery at the death, it is the Bermuda corridor. You bowl there and batsmen disappear. And Fahim on fire. 3 wickets. Vital wickets, particularly getting Narayan, who was just starting to get himself going. And it's 149.
The Yorker again, and just doesn't get down to JP Dulmini. He thought it was going to go all the way. So 1 over remaining. It's 150 for 5. Here's Sammy. Oh, bowls him. He gets the wicket. He doesn't know. He didn't see the flashing light of the Zing bail. But it's a beautiful start.
Ramesh, you were talking about it, the Yorker, it's still such an effective ball in T20 cricket. You've got to learn it, you've got to have trust, the one that you can nail the stumps like Sammy and Fahim have done. Let's have a look at this release, just angling in. Does it go between the legs? Onto the pad, just clipping leg stump.
Yeah, they bowled well in the last couple of overs. Nice and full, at full throttle and pace. And Khan gone for 150 for 6.
Out there, 5 balls. And ideally you want McCullum on strike, and that's what's happening now. So Lahore were 94 for 1 after 10 overs. So it's been 50 for 5 since then.
It's not a diabolical story, but it still is a serious issue with this unit. Ramdeen was a bad choice at that stage. They needed a McCullum in. Yeah, just try to let him know that you'd bowl him. So please don't appeal. Nice and full Sami. The balls at a rapid pace.
Hey, I love it. Oh, yeah, Brendan. Set himself early. Didn't want the Yorker though.
Yeah, the ramp. And it's out. And on full view from Brendan McCullum, he can hit the ball a long way down the ground, but have a look at this great improvisation. Beautifully played, just looking hard at the ball, not shying away from it, scooping it for 6.
Isn't it unreal to watch? And he practices a lot. You can see he's in a nice balanced position. He got his head outside the line. He had the option to go either way, and he decided to go to the leg side. And that gives the bowler something to think about when you're bowling Yorkers. Can I afford to bowl another Yorker? Because if I don't get it right, he might ramp me again.
The flexibility. Yoga has helped that shot. Oh, it's gone through and 4. Costly misfield. That won't make Sue Jones too happy.
Sabzada Farhan is the fielder, the offender. Left, right, centre, Brendan McCullum trying to put Sami off his case, and this really should have been stopped. Maybe a bit of extra spin for the fielder to contend, but Sami is clearly not happy. Sue Jones, another one marked in the notebook.
Well, there's been so many elements of discipline we've seen for United with the Yorkers and pulling it back. there's an element of Ramden slowing things down, but McCullum, tournament strike rate of 105 before this innings. Now this one's 143. This is the perfect finish, and that's against Sammy. So we've got 2 balls remaining. They are 1-6-1. 6 and a 4, 10. 1-7-1.
That would make it interesting, Nick, wouldn't it? And then if Lahore could win the bowling power play, get a couple of wickets, and they've got a couple of fine spinners, Yasir Shah and Narayan. Sammy's very experienced at the death. He's had a good tournament again.
Oh, he's got to come back for 2. Oh, he was thinking of just staying at that end. Oh, he's going. Oh. What's he going there? He's studying. He's stammering. So the other guy, they didn't cross at the time. But at the same time, I think Brendan's got to go back to the non-strikers, I would assume. He was trying to orchestrate it so he was facing the last ball.
Ramiz will explain all this.
I think in the process is trying to remember the rules. What happens if I cross my partner? What happens if I cross the popping crease? That kind of stuff.
He needed Amir to stay in his crease when the bails were taken. Then Brendan could have gone down the other end and they would have had to take the bail out, the stump out of the ground.
Did they cross? Whether they crossed?
Well, they didn't cross. He's come out of his ground, so they've not crossed. So the problem is that Brendan has to go back to non-striker. So he was trying to orchestrate Amir staying bat in the crease. Bails come off. Now Brendan goes to that end. Ball goes to the other end. Amir's run out still, but Brendan gets the final ball. So, I mean, it's ultra manipulation, isn't it, for the final ball?
Yeah. I think the best result would have been for Brendan McCullum to not go for that single. Sacrificed Amir. I mean, in the end, it's 162 for 7.
One 1-6-2 for 7. Final ball of the innings. Needs to go big. And down the ground for 1. Brendan's coming back. He's stealing one. And it's going to the right end. And it'll be another run out. So brilliant fielding. Good awareness. Good throw.
Captain just urging the player, the partner really to go for the impossible second run. Fahim Ashraf didn't lose the plot at all. He threw at the right hand and an easy run out, a big run out. But Brendan McCullum always making a case of extra runs, being aggressive. Would they be happy? Qalandars 163 for 8. Could have been a lot more for them.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. They were 1 for 101 after 11.1 overs. So you would have been looking to double that. And they didn't get to 200, so they've underachieved, but it doesn't mean if they don't win that, if they can win the bowling partnership, they can certainly win this game.
Yeah, the last 3 overs, 40 runs. Him in the HBL PSL. 34 as well from Thacker. He got the side off to a good start. And there's the bowling.
Yep, Dumini and Patel bowled the first 3 overs in the power play, so spin to win. Sammy picked up a wicket. Stephen Finn fought back. He went for 18 this first over. Fahim and Shadab, easily the 2 best bowlers. They took 4 wickets for 47 between them.
Yeah, Some good Yorkers at the end, but McCullum was able to break it open a little bit. Those 40 runs off the final 3 overs were exactly what they needed. And Zainab, where are you?
हाईएस्ट स्कोर ऑफ लाहौर कलंदर्स, यहाँ पे फ़खर जमान हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। फ़खर, आप लोगों का सबसे टॉप स्कोर है PSL में, क्या लगता है अभी तक पहला विन हमें नहीं मिला कलंदर्स की तरफ से?
आज इस तरह बैटिंग में सबने परफॉर्म किया और इस तरह हमारी बॉलिंग लाइन खेल रही है, तो इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद करते हैं कि आज पहला विन मिलेगा इंशाल्लाह।
अभी तक क्या लगता है कि वेयर आर यू गाइस गोइंग रॉन्ग, क्योंकि अभी तक 5 मैचेस आप लोग हारे हैं?
यही है, बैटिंग हमारी क्लिक नहीं कर पा रही थी और हम लोग 20 ओवर भी नहीं खेल पा रहे थे, और आज मिडिल ऑर्डर में भी मतलब अच्छा खेले हैं और एंड तक गए सब। तो मेरे ख्याल में बैटिंग ही एक ऐसा डिपार्टमेंट था जिसमें हम लोग क्लिक नहीं कर रहे थे।
मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से क्या मैसेज आया था बैटिंग जब करने जा रहे थे कि इनिंग्स को कैसे कंस्ट्रक्ट करना?
नहीं, ओपनर को तो कोई मैसेज नहीं गया पूरे टूर्नामेंट में, क्योंकि ओपन से तो वो परफॉर्म हो रहा है थोड़ा बहुत, लेकिन प्लान ये था कि अगर कोई भी ओपनर सेट हो जाए तो वो कोशिश करे कि एंड तक जाए। तो जिस तरह डेव ने टाइम लिया अपना और 12-13 ओवर तक खेलता रहा, तो उसने अपनी हमारी टीम को सहारा दिया और फिर अच्छा स्कोर हुआ आज का।
चले, ऑल द बेस्ट। उम्मीद करते हैं कि पहली विन आज हमें मिले कलंदर्स की तरफ से
इंशाल्लाह। थैंक यू।
That's how it looks. We've got another humdinger on our hands, and we're looking forward to this run chase. They'll need 164 Islamabad, and it will be exciting. So stay with us. It's all happening very shortly.